beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. Don't ask me why I needed to take a breath right there, but I did. Um, you guys, we're here today to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, and I won't lie, I was definitely entertained. I absolutely was. Even though it was a lot of foolishness going on. I mean, just foolishness. But we gonna get to it. You guys, here's the struggle right now. Your girl is doing this whole dry January thing until my birthday on the 31st. And when I tell you everything I watch, like literally everything I watch, they drink wine. They have a nice little glass of wine. You guys, I love like stemware and all of that. All that, that's my shit. So when I see them, it's just so sophisticated looking. Oh my God, the phone always goes off, always. Sorry about that. But like, I just really want to join in and I can't. But it's okay. I'm going to stick it out until the 31st. And then on my birthday, it's going down, y'all. All right, let's get to it. All right, so we start off with Karen. She's talking to Ray. She's packing. She's letting them know that they're going to Mexico. He's like, "Why are you going to Mexico?" And I didn't see the first 10 minutes, you guys, so I didn't know that Karen was hosting or co-hosting. And so when she kept taking over during the trip, I was like, what's happening here? Even though what she was doing was fine, but I was just like, I thought it was Ashley's trip, but now this makes sense. And it makes more sense because Karen knows how to do it right. She's a vet. She's been doing this, which is why she said she and Ashley were going ahead of time to make sure all the rooms are identical because we don't need to do that whole running through the house and everybody fighting over a good room. No, we all like nice things. Damn it, just give us a good room. Like, why we got to play these games? I'm over it. It really is very tired. The whole who gets the best room thing, so tired. All of these women live in nice places and would like to sleep on vacation in a nice place, myself included. So I'm not about the game. So I can appreciate that with Karen. Also, her saying, everybody who was beefing, and she's like, Mia, grab my mic. And I don't know why I got a kick out of that because Mia really did grab her mic, but it's the way she said it. But and she's talking about how she's gonna have Wendy go ahead of time with her and Ashley because Wendy is the main one that the people are beefing with. And I was gonna say that she, the main one that people don't get along with, but Wendy ain't did nothing. So they not getting along with Wendy. Wendy didn't do anything. But which is also smart. See what I'm saying? Like Ashley would have never thought of that because Ashley is a dumbass. All right, so next up we have Giselle, and Robin is calling her to find out how her little, well, I won't say little, but she had a doctor's visit, and they had to do, I think, a biopsy, she said, and she has fibroids, and apparently they are huge, so she is going to have to get a full hysterectomy, which that is unfortunate. I'm very sorry to hear that. As much as Giselle drives us crazy, like, it's unfortunate. But I'm just like blown away at the fact that Giselle is actually sharing something. Could y'all believe that? Like the fact that she actually shared a part of her life that was real, like something for real, something that people would actually care about. Listen, kudos to Giselle for that. And nothing but the best of luck in her surgery. Hope everything goes well. But they start then talking about, well, Karen and her show and the fact that it was confusing and it was too many people and yada, yada, yada. Okay, so was yours. Okay. Everybody's show was confusing because just do what you do. Okay. Just do Potomac. How about that? But then they talk about how Karen was so foul for not including Sharice on the text message, and she can't lie and say she forgot because she had Katie on there and Jacqueline on there. She's not gonna lie and say she forgot. She don't fool with her like that. Like Karen does not fuck with Sharice. And what don't they understand about that? She don't like her. And why would I invite her? And the reason, listen, I'm okay with Karen not liking Sharice because who does? I don't like Sharice. I don't like her, you guys. I don't like her face. I don't like the way she talks. I don't like anything about her. But then she sends the video, and I'm like, this right here. This is why she doesn't like her. Because why would you post it? Why would you send this in a group for everybody just be looking at her boobs? Like, here's the thing. Sharice would love it if her boobs set up enough to actually be showing through a dress like that. So eat your heart out. That's what Karen should have told her. Because we can't see your boobs in your moo-moos, Sharice. Everything that you wear is like an Afghan. So, girl, bye. But yeah, for them to act like they don't understand why she didn't invite her is just beyond me. And then Giselle talking about how she just really want to patch things up. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like, are you kidding me? Giselle ain't never want to patch nothing up with nobody. She just wants to produce and see what she can get going. Okay, so next we're at the house with Robin. She comes in trying to do the little slide across the floor dance with her son, and her son is looking at her like she's lost all of her mind. Same way Juan is looking. Juan is looking at her in disgust, you guys. And her sons are too, actually, looking at her like, ugh. And I'm like, girl, you ain't got no love at home, Robin. I'm sorry. Now I see why you act the way you do. But anyway, she's in the confessional talking about how she feels so much better now that they've had this conversation about the prenup. Whatever, girl. Anyway, then she's also talking about, and she's telling the boys how they're going to have this ceremony. And the son is like, so you're not having the grandparents there, because she said it's just going to be us. And she's like, no. And then she's all in the confessional talking about how her mom is going to be very upset. And I'm like, so why are you doing that? Like, it's so stupid. Why would you not invite your mother, who has been on your team the whole time? If she's your number one fan, you and Juan, actually both of your parents, y'all don't have a really big family. Does Robin have any siblings? Because I never heard her mention of any. But it doesn't even matter if you know that your family is down for this marriage that never will be, or even if it does, it probably shouldn't be. Why would you not invite them? Like, I just don't understand why what two more people would really hurt. Robin is just a shitty person. She just is. But again, there's no love at home, so we get it. But they have this guy coming by to do a fitting for them for their their suits or whatever. And y'all, he was nice, y'all. He was a nice looking young man. His lining on point. His suit, of course, tailored spectacular. Like, everything about him, he was nice. He was nice. Like, I love the whole look, everything. He also had a really good rapport with them. He was telling the son to hit the Wakanda. If you didn't know what it meant, then you were going to lose your black card. So he had a little humor. They want him to have everything done in 40 days. And he's like, Jesus. He even joked about Juan's draft suit, and I'm like, how do you remember that? Then they showed the picture, and Juan looked a hot mess. Like, Juan looked a mess. I feel like he had on Robin's father's suit. Do y'all feel like that? Like, whose suit did Juan have on? But anyway, he says it's a new day and time, and I guess he got a little bit of bread so he can get it made. So good for him. But Robin, ugh. Y'all, I got a crush on this guy. He's so cute. He was like, they was talking about the date, and he was like, it'd be more, exciting if the date was flexible. And Juan say, for you, right? He say, yeah. I said, okay, with the laugh, the cool laugh. Listen, let me leave this little boy alone. But yes, yes, sir. Okay, so now we're with Mia and Gordon. And you guys, he is very pleasant when he is not drinking. I feel like Gordon is a super creep, which I've said over and over when he has had cocktails, but he's very pleasant. He's just a regular, normal, pleasant guy when, he's not had a cocktail. So she's talking to him about, a function at the school, cupcakes and something or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'll wait in the car. Like, spoken like a true man, Jesus. And she's like, no, I can't be there. He needs someone there. I need for you to go in, to the function. And he's like, okay, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Then they get to talking about Jacqueline and how she's upset with Mia. And he's like, so she wanted you to help find a nanny for her kids? And she's like, yeah. So then she explains to us that Jacqueline, she always okay, so Jacqueline's sister is Mia's nanny. So normally when they go places or whatever, Jacqueline's like, oh, what am I gonna do with my kids? What am I gonna do? And Mia's like, just bring them over, because I mean, damn, it's your sister that's keeping my kids or whatever. So listen, big sleepover, have at it. But she's tired of doing that, which I get, because she said it's unfair, and it is unfair. But I mean, I completely and totally understand what she's saying, even though I don't want to agree with Mia. I don't. But I mean, yeah, because they're there, they're eating her food, they're making a mess of her house and this and that or whatever. Not to mention the fact that I am paying your sister to keep my kids. Are you also paying? Like how's this working or whatever? So, which I'm sure she's not. But yeah, so I get it. She said that she is totally exhausted or whatever with Jacqueline, and I'm just like, here we go again with Mia, just pretty much kind of shitting on her, even though she got a point this time. So I can't be shooting Jacqueline no bail for this one because she's wrong. Those are your children, sweetie, and you can't always piggyback off of what Mia's doing. Ugh, y'all, it's killing me to have to say some nice stuff about these women. But Ashley and Karen make it to the airport, and Ashley's braids look cute. Ashley actually looks cute. And I know y'all probably like, well, Ashley looks cute all the time. I'm sorry, I don't think Ashley looks cute all the time. She's not an ugly girl. She's a cute girl, but I don't think she looks cute all the time. Those braids looked cute on her. And yeah, and of course Karen looked cute. So she's saying in her confessional how this birthday is going to be different because the last 10 years she's been with Michael. And I'm like, we don't care. We don't care. Like, we don't want to hear his name. We don't want to see a picture of him. We don't give a shit about Michael. When are you going to realize? Like, stop talking about him. Which is really shitty to say because when you've been with somebody for so long or whatever, you talk about them all the time because that's what you have to go off of. Oh, well, this person said this person. No, but we don't care about Michael. Like, we don't want to hear it anymore. All right, you guys. Apparently, I'm having a little technical difficulty, so it's going to sound a little different. Sorry. I will try to figure it out after the video. I just need to get through this video because I've been trying to make it for a very long time. I'm not sure why it is recording so loud, and I don't know what to do to fix it, but I am going to look into it before the next video. So bear with me, and sorry, I absolutely do realize that, something's going on with the sound. Maybe it's the freaking microphone. Um, so the ladies are making it to the airport, and Charisse, hello, darling. I hate it so much. Like, I just want next season to come so she cannot be here. I just don't understand why she keep coming on these trips. Why she's even here. I promise you, I don't understand, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But then we have Candace walking up to Jacqueline and Giselle sitting, and she's like, "Hey," which was nice. Like, and she spoke to Giselle, and then Jacqueline gets up and gives her a hug, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you a hug. I know it's really weird, huh? Yeah, bitch, get off me. We don't like each other. Get off me." But Candace was gracious. She let her give her a hug, and that is how you do it. Like, if it were somebody else, they probably wouldn't have gone over there because here's two people that I've been going back and forth with or whatever. And that is kind of how you ostracize yourself out and allow them to freeze you out or whatever and ice you out. But she went over, and kudos to Candace for that because I probably would not have. Oh, please let me not forget to mention how Robin walks up looking basic as all get out. Like, she looks worse than a basic broad. She looks like somebody who just does not give a shit at all. Like, what does she have on? What does she have on? But you know what? We're used to it. So we just let it go, and we talk about how her pants look like Jacqueline's dress. And I'm like, but it's not giving the same thing at all. It's just not. Okay, so Ashley, Wendy, and what's her name? Karen make it to the resort. It is a beautiful resort. I do want to mention how the first thing Karen said when Ashley came in was happy birthday. Can I please mention that? Because I feel like all of that is what Karen needed for her birthday. And y'all, I'm big on birthdays. I'm big on birthdays, big on celebrations and stuff like that, and like honoring people and having them really enjoy their special day. So when I tell you, I think I talked about it over and over and over in that review, how they didn't do shit. What Mia was doing to Karen on her birthday was so foul, and I felt so bad because she just kept talking about it, and it bothered her, even though of course Karen acts like nothing bothers her or whatever. But like, you can tell that she likes birthdays because, again, the first thing she said was happy birthday, Ashley. Like, she's not missing the point of it. And I just think it sucks that Mia was in charge with her stupid ass. But anyway, Wendy and her outfit, yes, ma'am, love me some big leg pants. I love it, and it's just all flowy. And listen, yeah, it was nice, and they had alcohol and stuff in the car, so they were already getting there, and I wasn't mad at it because I would like some right now. All right, so now the other ladies are finally off the plane and they're waiting on their baggage and they're talking about how I guess it went down in first class. Giselle said usually people put on their iPods, their AirPods, sorry, and they're very dignified in first class, but nope, not these two because listen, we are not surprised. But apparently there was some talk about you not being a good mom and going back and forth or whatever. And it's so funny the little animation that they did. Now that one was funny. Although I think production is doing a whole heck of a lot with this editing and all that stuff, trying to make it very lighthearted. This one I can appreciate, but they are missing the mark on a lot of this stuff. But the faces, and it's so funny. They had Charisse drinking, I guess, champagne, and yeah, it was funny. So they were arguing on the plane apparently, and they're talking about it. And Jacqueline's sitting and just kind of looking at them talk about her. Mia's over there talking about her, and she's like, um, well, let me tell you what happened. We were at Karen's live show, and the nanny, her sister, is calling me asking about her kids. And she's like, and I said, those aren't my kids, those are her kids. And she got upset about that. And they're like, well, it is her kids. So somebody said that's a sister argument. And I agree. The shit that they got going on, like Robin said, it seemed like it was some underlying pent up stuff. And I'm sure they have a whole lot of stuff. When you know somebody that long and they kind of get into it back and forth all the time, then yeah, they have some pent up stuff. But Jacqueline in the confessional was talking about how, they got into it because Mia is very controlling and she felt like she didn't really communicate with her sister well. Well, it sounds like you didn't. If your sister is looking for your kids, and I'm assuming maybe she was supposed to have them or something, I don't know. But why your sister don't know where your kids at? She wasn't looking for me as kids. Girl, where your kids? But listen, we don't know the full story. We don't know how everything went down, but me is just really making Jacqueline out to be a user and an ingrate. And I don't know. I don't know that she's wrong. I just know that I feel like it's foul for her to be really clowning her good girlfriend with these new girls. You know what I'm saying? Like your good girlfriend is sitting there alone looking at you clown her to, we gonna get to it later because it gets even worse later. Okay, so we get a little bit more from Mia about what happened and the fact that she told Jacqueline that your kids are your responsibilities, not mine, not mine. And she said, well, it takes a whole village. And I'm like, ooh, that did not come off well, ma'am. If that's what you said, that does not come off well. It does take a whole village, but goddamn it, those are your kids. So listen, how you gonna be mad because somebody is just telling you the truth about your kids being your responsibility? That is a given. That shouldn't even be up for discussion. But anyway, so when Mia says no, when she says it takes a whole village, she told Mia, but you wouldn't know anything about that because of course we know how Mia didn't have her family and the support of her mom and everything when she was growing up. And Mia said that was too much. It was kind of a low blow. I feel like they probably both always do low blows to each other because they know so much. And yeah, that ain't cool. It's not cool. However, Mia's a shitty person, so I'll allow it. I'm sorry, I'll allow it. Like Mia be doing some shitty stuff normally, and I'm just gonna allow it. I don't care. Like I don't feel sad. I don't feel sorry for her. I feel like when these women go at Mia, you gotta kind of cut her deep because Mia really don't care. Mia really don't give a shit about a lot of stuff that you say to her. So in order to really get a reaction from her, you gotta kind of cut deep, which is shitty, sure, but she is too. Oh, although she's not wrong. So let me be clear. Mia is not wrong in this instance. I don't think so. Right now, as of right now, Mia is not wrong. It seems to be all on Jacqueline and she is an ingrate and a user. All right, so then we have the ladies in the sprinter talking about whether or not they look at their vaginas with mirrors and inspect things or whatever. And Robin and Giselle acting kind of grossed out by it or whatever. And I'm like, stop it, ladies. Y'all like looking at vaginas? Stop it. Just cut it out. But they are a little bit obsessed with vaginas and what's her name? Candace talking about she'll look at other people's and I'm like, girl, stop. Like stop. I actually never even got that sort of thing from Candace. So I don't know. But you know what? Nowadays, you guys, these women and these girls and these young adults, it just seems like when they get a little alcohol, I don't know where the lesbianism comes from, but it seems like it just comes out of all of them once they have a little alcohol. But then we have Karen and Ashley getting their little goodie bags together, which once again, because Karen is a vet and Karen knows how it goes, she's getting this done. Now, this is not something that everybody does, if you think about it. Only kind of the vets really be giving out the little goodie bags or whatever. Um, did what's her name give a goodie bag? Oh, I think she gave something stupid. Mia. But anyway, so she ends up getting Giselle, and I think it's so cute that she has her little nickname calling her Jizzy or whatever. And I think she's the only one who calls her that. So I think that's cute. I really like it when Karen and Giselle gets along. But she got her a flashlight talking about that's how she can get a car out of Mia. So that was funny. And she bought a little veil for Robin that says bride to be. Talking about she's sending up smoke signals to Robin. So it's funny that she's playing along, even though she doesn't really think that they're gonna get married. But what's her name? Ashley forgot to get a special gift for what's her name? Sharice. And I'm like, of course you did, because she shouldn't be there. Like she should not be there. It's so funny because Karen was like, oh, okay, then we good. However, she actually did come through with a real gift. She was like, listen, she loves champagne. And she said, or at least the Charisse that I know loves champagne. So if you got a little champagne bottle, and Ashley appreciated it. She was like, damn, that is genius. And I also thought it was very sweet of Karen to come up with something for real, for real. Because for me, I probably wouldn't have for real, for real. And I'm not even kidding. If I don't like you, you don't exist. Therefore, what I know about you, I don't care what you like. I don't care any of that. I would have just been like, oh, well, she could feel left out. Like, I have nothing to do with that. So, Karen is a bigger person. So in the Sprinter, they're saying they just want to know what's going on with Karen and Sharice, and of course that was Giselle because she even said in her confessional earlier that she's gonna demand to know what the issue is with them, and I'm like, Giselle, sit down, like girl, ugh. But anyway, um, what was I saying? Oh, they're in the Sprinter, and Sharice is saying, oh well, she told me that I put a dark cloud over the group when I come around. And Robin is like, no, you don't. And I'm like, yes, she does. What are you talking about? You do too. Like, of course you don't notice it because you are a dark cloud too. All of y'all, just dark clouds. Pretty much all of y'all, for real, for real. So when they make it to the lobby, the other women, not Robin, Wendy, Ashley, and Karen are sitting there shaking little maracas or whatever. It was very sweet. And they had shots ready and waiting for them. But you guys, Karen had on this little one piece red short thing, like a little Skims thing, killing it, killing it. I was like, she is putting quite a few of you younger women who loves to call her geriatric and she's so old or whatever. She putting y'all to shame. Sharice, you and your moo come on, you and your jean jacket, your cut off jean jacket, looking a 1980s mess. Come on, ma'am. Like come on. But so yeah, it was cute. They greeted each other. There was hugs all around. So I was for that moment. Oh, but let me not forget, as they were getting off the Sprinter, Sharice, because she's messy as hell, is like, Mia, don't forget Jacqueline. And she's like, here she go. And she's like, she all right. She a big bitch. She can handle herself. And Jacqueline was like, really? And I'm like, Sharice knew what she was doing. Obviously, they all heard them, fighting on the plane. And from the graphics or whatever, Sharice was sitting in the middle of them. So she knew that they were fighting. So these girls are just messy, messy, messy. I ain't mad at it when it's these two fighting. So when they come, Karen says, we're not going up to the rooms yet. We're going to the Amber room because there's a surprise waiting. And then when they go, there's balloons. There's a birthday banner. She says, happy birthday, Ashley. She has cake, wine. and more wine. And they have food, and she's like, this is how you do a birthday. Like, you're supposed to actually celebrate the birthday girl. And again, I felt bad for Karen because she's right. This is how you're supposed to do it. Uh, Mia, this is how you're supposed to do it. And I felt bad for her. But again, it was very, very sweet. Ashley appreciated it. She said she's been through a lot with these girls. And you guys, I really, really like these braids on Ashley. Like, every time they show her, I'm just like, that looks really cute. She kind of looked like my sister. Y'all have a really high yellow sister. And when she wears braids like that and she does the two-tone, I love it. I love that shit. And Ashley is giving Tanya. That's my sister Tanya. She's giving Tanya to me, and so I approve. Y'all, so here we go, round one. So as we're sitting down eating this cake and everything, they talk about how, what's her name? Jacqueline said that Mia is the devil. She sold her soul to the devil or something, she said. And Mia's like, oh, okay. And then they start going back and forth about how they fight all the time. Mia's like, we fight every day. We fight all the time. It's nothing. And Candace is like, yeah, sister shit. Like, this is what happens. And it's true. That is exactly what happens, which is why I'll allow it. Like, it's fine. The fact that they are really, really going in. However, they keep hitting below the belt, and that ain't cool. But Mia then says, what'd she say? Oh, no, Jacqueline says this is the worst one. Mia says it's not because you threw a brick at my head when we were 16 because I wouldn't let you copy off of something, once again, with Jacqueline as the user, needing her all the time. Y'all, it's a whole thing where she is definitely painting this narrative of Jacqueline being a user and just a leech. Like, she can do nothing by herself, even at 16. And they showed the little picture of them at 16. They both look pretty. Mia is still a pretty woman, even though she is doing lots and lots to her face. She really is, but she's pretty. Jacqueline's pretty. So Jacqueline then says, you know, the problem is you just need some dick. And then she goes, you more dick. And I'm like, nah. You didn't misspeak. You said she needs some. And so, y'all, I feel like Mia and Gordon ain't doing nothing. Because if y'all remember last episode when they were sitting on that couch talking about how Jacqueline and Mia take showers, Gordon was like, you need to be taking some showers with me. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? And so now for her to be like, you ain't getting none, and then she says more. And I feel like when Jacqueline talks about Mia getting it, she's not talking about from her husband. And I get that from when they were out somewhere and Mia was talking to one of the chefs or something like that. And Jacqueline was just like giving her the green light to, you know, kind of, don't you like that? And she had to tell her, I'm a married woman. And I'm like, nah, that's the type of shit y'all be doing when y'all not with y'all husband and y'all not on camera. So she be giving up all of Mia's secrets. And Mia turns around and says, well, oh, are we doing this? Are we doing it? We talking about the men or whatever? Because you need to close your legs to married men. And I said, oh. And everybody said, oh. And they were like, what? And she's like, yeah, she be doing that. I said, oh my God, they are really going in. It's too much. It's too much. Y'all are not supposed to sit here and tell your secrets to all these women, strange women like that. Like, I don't care how mad y'all get at each other. Are you kidding me? But this shit is juicy. Y'all, so when she says that, Jacqueline is looking and she's like, what? Oh my God. And she's like, that's what she does. That's what she did. And I'm like, Mia got this smirky smile on her face. Like, she smiles for everything. It drives me crazy. That's why I know that nothing gets to her. Jacqueline is pissed and she's standing up and she's like, I'm fucking done with you. After they both keep telling each other to back down. You're feeling yourself, Mia says, back down. And she's like, you back down. And I'm like, who says back down? I'm never having an argument with my sister and being like, back down. Because shit's just not going to happen. Like, it's going to make it worse. Seriously. If I tell one of my sisters to back down, they're going to be like, oh, you playing with me? Like, you think I'm a punk like that? So, whatever. But, so they going back and forth. And Jacqueline stands up. And when she stands up, Candace is yelling, no. Y'all, I got my life. I really was dying laughing at this. And she jumps up. I am done with you. I am through with you. And I'm like, they acting a goddamn fool all up in Mexico. Y'all just got here. Like, act like you got some sense. You guys, then it's just complete anarchy. When I tell you, Jacqueline's just going crazy. She's so goddamn loud, too. Like, something shrieky about her voice as she's yelling. She's like, I really love you. I took up for you our whole life. And I'm like, oh, it's extra loud. It's extra up there. And it's so annoying. But she's talking about how she defended Mia their entire lives. And then she says, I would never sleep with your husband. And everybody, including myself, was looking around like, what? Who said that? Like, where's Portia when you need her? Who said that? Nobody said that. And then we got old stupid Sharice. Ugh. Who said that? She didn't say that. And I'm like, sit down, Sharice, standing in the middle, and you ain't even supposed to be there. Bitch, bye, move. And then Giselle says exactly what we were all thinking, y'all. And y'all know Giselle is not my fave. But when I tell you at this point, when she said this, I was like, on point. She's like, where's the disconnect? What's going on here? What's happening? And I'm like, I swear to God, that's how I felt on the inside. I was like, something is off about this whole entire situation. Like, what is happening? And I almost thought that they were kidding. Like, they bullshitting us because Mia, once again, always has a smile on her face. And Jacqueline is like performing. She's like giving it all to us. However, there were no tears. But then later on, I'll backtrack that. Later on, there were tears. And apparently, maybe she was just wiping them faster than they was coming or whatever. But at first, wasn't no tears. So you guys, as this is going on, we have Candace going over to Mia and telling her, take her outside, take your friend outside, take your best friend outside. And she's like, no, I will not. She said I need to get more dick. Did you hear? You take her outside. And then we have Wendy consoling Jacqueline with the no tears. Not yet. They're coming. And she's in the confessional saying how, Mia has fallen out with pretty much everybody. And she's like, it's just not okay. And here's my thing. Look at the two that are really consoling these people and trying to help out and trying to really be peacemakers. The main two that they be fucking with, y'all. Wendy and Candace are the two with the most genuine hearts. And like, this is genuine. The way that Candace was screaming no because she didn't want them to fall out to this extent, that was genuine. The way Wendy just automatically went over to her. And I don't know that Jacqueline was really shitty to Wendy when they were on the last trip, but that's Mia's friend and she had her back and she wasn't nice to her. She wasn't like forgiving and, Mia, you're wrong. You need to, not do this to this lady. So the fact that Wendy and Candace are the two, I just wanted to point that out. But anyway, Wendy is right. Mia is the problem. They all problems. Everybody on here is a problem. So Candace is telling Mia, listen, she's crying. And I'm like, no, she's not, Candace. No, she's not. The lies you tell. Where? Crying where? And she's like, I don't care. And she said, listen, she got an issue with me. And she's like, talking about her kids. And she's like, however, they're with my kids right now, eating my fucking food. Like, they're at my house right now. And then Jacqueline says she's done. 30 years of friendship, I am done. I'm done. And Mia's like, fine. So, okay, fine. But at this point, you guys, now Jacqueline is really crying for real. And why? Because Mia is going to proceed to act like she is very unbothered. And I don't think she's acting. That's the whole thing. She's not acting. She doesn't care. And not only that, she's going to proceed to go and do this whole thing with the shaman and play in the water and proceed to, like say little things about her friend, like with her friend there. And I'm just like, that's not cool. You bring this girl on this show, you bring her around a bunch of people she don't know, you barely know, and then you guys get into it real bad and you kind of, have her be off to the side or whatever. Like, she's your friend and you are playing around with these newbies or whatever, like they're more important than your old friend. Mia is just a shitty person, y'all. Once again, she's shitty. However, Jacqueline is very wrong. Jacqueline is very wrong a lot in this whole situation. So I got to shoot Mia a little bit of bail on that. But listen, it's all just a lot. However, I am here for it. Y'all, Candace so stupid. She gonna say, oh, this is domestic. And the police say that the domestic is the worst kind. They're very dangerous. And I'm like, this fool. And so Karen says, listen, I got a surprise. I need you to blindly come with me. And then Candace is like, blindly? She's like, a surprise? Another surprise? She's like, listen, you got Ashley surprising us with a big forehead. Y'all, I cracked up. She's talking about me and them with the domestic. Ashley, Candace be making me laugh, y'all. Now y'all know in her confessional she be going in. But yeah, so they're going to see this little shaman or whatever. I don't really have a whole heck of a lot to say about it, like except for again the fact that Jacqueline was seriously crying, like crying, boo-hoo and crying, and Mia wasn't really paying her attention. Giselle, everything that she does, all of her movements are just kind of man-like. Like she's very masculine. And her doing the little dance, like, come on, fan some smoke on me. I'm just like, she's a goof, number one. And number two, she just is not feminine. Like, shout out to Alexander Rogers. She definitely gives femininity. Like she has none of it, in other words. So yeah, we're gonna move past the shaman because my video is long as shit right now. Wait, y'all. I can't go past the part where they're doing the whole shaman thing or whatever. And then Cherise says that she wished for something, talking about when you have something. I can't remember. When you're happy, then you can't be negative and mean or whatever. Again, a dig at Karen. Like she's obsessed with Karen. And in the confessional, Karen is like, I don't know why this little, what she call her, has been leprechaun. Is always looking for something, some food, some friendships. When I tell y'all, I got my life from this episode. Actually, more than I remember, because looking at it now again a second time, oh my god, I am cracking up. Because yeah, what's her name? Sharice is a little obsessed with Karen, and Karen's not giving it to her. She's not giving her what she wants. So can she please exit stage left? There's nothing to see here. She's not going to give it to you. All right, so when they finish with the shaman, Candace is over there hugging, what's her name, Jacqueline, and she's like, listen, we didn't get off to a bad start. I mean, a great start. She's like, I didn't dislike Jacqueline. And she's like, I like Jacqueline just fine or whatever, even though she was speaking up for, Mia and being her mouthpiece or whatever. She's like, but this girl is sitting here, and she was like really boohooing at this point, y'all, like uncontrollably crying. And she's like, she's just very confused about what's going on with her friend. And then they show Mia, and Mia is once again, she's just always unbothered. And Candace had told Mia to give Jacqueline a hug because they, ended it with hugs. And she tried to go in for a hug, and Jacqueline's like, no, no. And she's like, oh, okay, well, she don't want one. So here's my thing. Mia don't care about nothing for real, for real. Like, even the fact that they just said a whole bunch of really, really bad stuff to each other, Mia is just used to, I guess, them like saying stuff and falling out and then making up and, like it's nothing. Like sisters do. You really do it that way. However, I just feel like they go too low. Like they cut real, real deep. And if they do that all the time, that's not cool at all. Yeah, so the women are getting back to their rooms and they're seeing in their little goodie bags that she got them all a bullet or whatever. And Robin sees her veil and she puts it on and goes outside on the windy balcony. And she's talking to herself and talking about how dangerous it is and this isn't safe, this isn't safe. And y'all, I died laughing when that thing flew off her head because it just did it with such ease. Like she just flew right on off. And as soon as it flew off, she tapped up there looking for it. Oh my God, I was dying. And she's like, oh, is this a sign? I'm never going to get married. And I'm like, you didn't need that sign. Like you already knew you were not getting married, ma'am. I was going to call her sir. All right, y'all, I'm sorry. This is going to be a seriously long video. Like, it really is. I'm sorry because we still got like 5 minutes or so left on this episode when they really get into it. But they are slowly filing in for dinner, and we find out that Giselle went on a date with that guy that we seen from a long time ago. Okay, whatever. And I guess she ended up kissing him. And in the confessional, she said he got to have something and a big dick. Okay, great. Do we believe Giselle? Do we? Anyone? But anyway, Charisse comes in. Oh God. Why is she constantly wearing peasant gowns and peasant shirts and like she looks a mess, you guys. I don't like it at all because she is giving like grandmothers and older women a bad name. And look at Karen. Like, you don't have to look like that, Sharice. You don't. Even the fact that she has a little bit more, meat on her bones, she still don't have to look frumpy the way she is. Like, I strongly disagree with what's going on here. I don't like it. I'm getting offended by this shit. So anyway, she comes in her espadrilles. She just like a mess. All right, so at dinner, Ashley is telling a story about how she was holding Dean. She put her hand on his knee, and his hand was kind of there, and Michael, and they locked hands and was just holding hands, and they're like, "Oh God." And then Giselle was like, "Do you want it to be over?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Oh, shut up, Ashley." And then Giselle says, girl, you're taking us on an emotional roller coaster." And I'm like, "You shut up too, Giselle, because didn't you just get back with your baby daddy, ex-husband, like last year, 2 years ago or whatever? After how many years? Your kids was all pissed off about it, and you still did it, even though it was for a storyline. But I feel like they probably made out or something, because they really was going on dates at that time, y'all. But yeah, Giselle is constantly in other people's business and feel like she really does have a say. How is she taking you on an emotional roller coaster about her life? Ugh. Y'all, Karen was cussing up some stuff in her confessional. Robin told them how the veil flew off her head. She said the veil was like, "Bye, bitch." Like, you've been telling the same goddamn lie for 7 years. She's like, "Get the fuck out the room." Oh my God, hilarious. Listen, she was going in. She said, what she call that fake ass ring? Y'all, I am really enjoying this episode. Second time. And no, I have not had wine. Like, seriously, I'm enjoying. It's really a beat, even though they kind of are going in, but it's fun shade. Right now, this stuff is all fun shade. This is fun shade. All right, so before we get to the shits, we have Candace telling the women how she thought she was pregnant for just a second, and she's about to start IVF again, and she looks at her vagina with a mirror because she feels like she wants to remember it before it gets stretched out. And I'm like, you do understand that after you dilate, it goes back. Like, you do get that, right? Maybe not, maybe not. But I would like for Candace to have a child, you guys. I think it would definitely make her grow up. So then we get to Giselle telling what's her name, Karen, about Charisse. And yeah, I did tell Charisse. What did she say? She told Charisse. Uh, I don't know. No, she said, Sharice, I did tell Karen about, the fact that you sent the video because you were mad because you didn't get invited. And she's like, I wasn't mad. I didn't care. And I'm like, you definitely cared. And Karen is going, that's not what you told me, Giselle. That's not what you told me. And she's like, okay, it's not. But she's going to tell you. And I'm like, because Giselle be getting shit wrong all the time and probably on purpose. So Karen says, listen, Cherise says that's not why she sent it. She just posted the video because whatever reason that she's lying about. She posted the video because she was mad she didn't get an invite. And Karen is like, I don't care. I didn't say I disliked the video. I said the video was fine. I just said that you could, you were always trying to be friends. Yeah, and this would have been a perfect moment for you to send that to me and have a little laugh. Now, I don't believe Karen with that either. I don't. I don't feel like Karen would have laughed at it. I don't feel like that would have broken the ice with them. Karen don't fuck with her for real. And nothing that she could do or say can get Karen to turn around and like her again. So Sharice is just like saying something, and Karen is like, listen, you are the one that's always begging to be friends. And everybody was like, oh. And it's true though. And Sharice is like, well, let's be very clear that I am not begging. Yes, you are begging. Since you got back on this show, you were begging Karen to be your friend, be your storyline, let you back in the group, basically. That's what you've been doing. All right, you guys, we're almost done. So they get to talking, and of course, Sharice gets to rehashing some stuff that she's already said about when her dad died and Karen wasn't there for her when she went through her divorce, yada yada. Karen says, listen, when your dad died, what did I do? And she's like, I sent you a text message. Oh, a text message. Y'all weren't friends then, I'm sure. Like, Karen was just like, that's all I had for you. But at least it was something. So, I mean, girl. And she's like, oh, but my friend, y'all have not been friends for years. You all have not been friends for years. And so they're going back and forth, and she's saying, I was your friend. I even came to your mom's funeral. And Giselle was like, yeah, she came to your mom's funeral. And Karen is like telling Giselle to shut up. Like, hold up. Like, this ain't got shit to do with you. And she's like, don't keep talking about my mom. And basically, what Karen is saying is not talking about her mom, but what she said was exact. She said, "You're not going to use my mom as an end to this friend group." So, her running around saying, "Oh, I came to your mom's funeral. I came to your mom's funeral." No, that's not okay. And no, that's not your way back in. Like, we're not going to be cool because you came to my mom's funeral. So, I totally get what Karen is saying, even though she's saying it kind of, I mean, she said it. I could say she's saying it wrong when she says, "Oh, don't talk about my mom." But she did come out and say what she meant by that. What she meant by that was don't use that as a way to try to get back in the friend group. So Sharice just keeps going on with, "I'm not talking about your mom. I'm not talking about your mom." And then, of course, it gets super heated when Karen cusses her out like, "Listen, keep my mama's name out your mouth, or I'll fuck you." Like, it went down. And then Sharice gets up. She, ugh, y'all, y'all know how I feel about Sharice. So I got nothing from her jumping up and doing all that or whatever. Like, I was just like, "Karen, I know you probably can't, but I wish you could whoop her. I wish you could get at her." Ooh, y'all, 45 minutes and longer, actually, because I'm still talking. But girl, I got my life from it. I really liked it. That was the end, though. They were just like pushing stuff away and keep my mom's name out your mouth. And she was like, she'll beat her ass. And I'm like, can you really? I would love to see it. Would you do it? But yeah, so that was the end of that. Is to be continued. So we didn't get any previews of what's to come. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this episode, you guys. Y'all tell me how you felt about it. If you are still here after 45 minutes, you are definitely the real MVP. Thank you. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. It is absolutely free of charge, and it means a lot to me. Go ahead and thumbs up. Let's talk about it in the comments. Your thumbs up does like wonders for my analytics. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I feel like for any people that actually watch Ready to Love still, I watched it. And because I don't really have a whole lot of shows that I'm reviewing, I think I may go ahead and pick up Ready to Love because it did look like it was going to go down. Like, maybe not the love part, but the drama, which is what we're here for. So, again, if you have not already, please consider subscribing, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches!